What's up? What is up, everybody? Welcome to our live stream here on lichess and Twitch. I'm your host, Manic International Master William Pascal. What's up? Mr. Coffee. What's up, Asterbait? We have Goo, Bonatrophy, Cockatiri, Asterbait, Pirate, myself, 6 players. It's a fast time control, 7+7. I was hoping we'll get more players to like slightly faster version than the 10+5. 7 rounds, 7 minutes, 7 seconds. 777. It's like a slot machine. 3 sevens equals 21. Mr. Coffee can do the math. I thought it would be fun. Anyway. Yeah, I won't cancel Bruce Pandolfini. It's not like Susan Polgar or Karpov or something. Not a big fan, though. Alright. Yeah. That sounds kind of good on paper. I'm not sure how important this comment is. What's up? 6 players. We're starting in 13 minutes. Hopefully we'll get some more players. Here's the link to the tournament. Because we play rapid chess, not blitz or bullet on the stream these days. Something a little more constructive. But 7+7 a bit faster than the 10+5. 15+5 I've played in past weeks. We did 7+5. It allows us to play 6 or 7 rounds. Last time we did like 7+5, 6 rounds, I think. This will take a little bit longer, but it'll be fun. Not too long though, 2.5 hours, I figure. Kind of standard stream duration. What's up, everybody? What's up? Don't forget to gift to be number 1 for this week. We don't have any gift subs or donations of bits this week. Yours truly would appreciation. The appreciation of the Hungarian forint. Okay. We're good to go. I'm gonna get me a beer. Hot in my office. I got a sweater on. Beautiful weather today. It was like the nicest day of the year, I think. Indian summer in Budapest. We had beautiful Indian summer. They're predicting below 0 temperatures at the end of the week. I don't know. Doesn't sound very appealing to me. Okay. Like to say that Bobby Fischer was the greatest player ever. That's an interesting quote. I like to say that Bobby Fischer was the greatest player ever. Doesn't sound like your heart is in it there, Bruce. But what made Fischer a genius was his ability to blend an American freshness. Sounds like he's selling a product. What made Fischer a genius was his ability to blend American freshness with the pragmatism with Russian ideas about strategy. Dude, whatever. American freshness. What a bullshit quote that is. As if like the Russian... Okay, Botvinnik started to really develop strategy. But I mean, I guess if you count Nimzovich as a Russian. Alright, Nimzovich, Alyakin. I think strategy starts with like Emanuel Lasker and Steinitz, really. That's where you see the birth of strategy. Far before the Russian strategy concept. Basically, Fischer took a lot of Russian openings, I think. He used the King's Indian. I don't know about strategy. He borrowed the Russians' openings theory more than anything else. Down in the 30s at night here. Yeah, it's going to be like that here. But it was such a great day today. I actually got out for a nice walk. We have 8 players. We need more. Bring your friends. Tell your friends about the stream. We have 9 minutes yet to go. What's to talk about? Is the St. Louis Championship still going on? I don't even know who won the St. Louis Championship. Do you guys know? The Championship of St. Louis. Sinkfield Memorial. It's getting a little bit long. I like how Hans Niemann was very... He's going to be world champion after beating Elsan Moradi Abadi, like the lowest rated player in the tournament, who's like the bottom feeder. I don't know how the guy qualified for that U.S. championship. It's like way too strong. He must be personal friends with Sinkfield. But it's not the U.S. championship. It is the St. Louis Chess Championship. There is no U.S. championship anymore. That is a thing of the past. Aldisto, what's up? Very, very good player. Aldisto is here, 2362. We've got Gu, Bonatri, Kakatiri, Goiju joined. Sumahair joined. Asterbait, wow, tough tournament. Only Asterbait and Pirate are really like below 2,000. This is what happens every week. We get, we get a lot of players over 2,000, but not enough players below. I need to water down the stream so they're more for like beginners. Dumb it down. Like you're talking to Donald Trump or something. Vara Prasad. Devaki Prasad. Alright. Dumb it down. We gotta dumb it down. But Asterbait is still trying. He's not going to give up. Dude, it's hard. I mean, you're playing in a tournament where you're basically the second lowest rated player. Trust me. I've been there. So, what's up, everybody? What's new? 7 minutes to go. 7 rounds. 7 minutes, 7 seconds. You accidentally click the 10-minute flat time controls from time to time? Yeah, but that's a great time control. I love the 10. I love 10 minutes. That's all I play, like, informally, when it's not rated. If I'm just off stream and I just want to play a game for fun, I love 10 minutes. It's like the perfect amount of time. But you don't have to rush. You don't have to get into, like, a mouse-clicking battle. I would think 10-0 is ideal for you, Asterbait. I don't think you use enough of your time in the 30 minutes. So it's almost like you'd be better off playing 10 or 15. What's up? Don't forget, donate and support the stream. Please subscribe. Can we get a subscribe for this awesome quote in our tournament by the legendary Bruce Pandolfini. Panda and Sloth Rapid. Okay, 9 players and counting. 5 minutes to go. This is a Swiss tournament. Oh, we have someone trying to join the team. I love it. Dude. Vara Prasad, no games. Vara Prasad, you have no games. I can't accept you. You have to have 40 games anyway to be in the tournament. Come back to us when you have an established rating. We have 10 players. Thou of reputation and lack of skill. Doth Vader. I play poker badly. Did subscribe, tier 1. Subscriber for 8 months. That makes 2 of us. Poker. I'm playing poker badly. Personally. Gotta change that. Alright, Sparkle Horse Alice. So we have 10 players with Poker Badly there, weighing in at 1659. Thank you for subscribing. I play Poker Badly. So we got 1 subscription. We're still waiting on our first bit donation, our first gift sub of this week. Who's it gonna be? Virtual reality chess is coming. Oh, dude, I love that. I want there to be VR, but there are no good VR programs. I just think it's a matter of time, but no one has wanted to like invest in making a great VR chess program. But I'm sure that it will happen. Then we can, like, you know, play Hans in VR. Maybe you can like feel the vibration in VR. Remember? No, I don't remember that, Mr. Coffee. I just remember battle chess. I miss battle chess. I want to feel the vibration like in my VR chess games while the engine sends me the moves. He's claiming he's going for the world championship in his latest statement. God, I wish the guy was just no longer playing, just banned from chess. There was a while back, what? Kasparov versus X3D Fritz. Oh, I don't remember that at all. I do not remember that at all. I must not have been really paying attention. I think I missed like 10 or 12 years there at some point. I was wondering how the hell am I like 49 years old? It's kind of like when you're, you know, you're kind of like, you black out and you missed what happened in the middle of the the party, and then you kind of get your memory back. I think I just like missed a chunk of my, yeah, I think I missed a chunk of my middle life there. The midlife crisis. We're 2 minutes away from starting. 14 players now. 7 plus 7 plus 7. In the old days, in the casino here, when you would play blackjack, if you got dealt 3 sevens, they would bring a bottle of champagne for the whole table. But they're too cheap to do that now. I don't play a lot of blackjack, but it was just a kind of unique thing. I always thought that was kind of cool. Alright. 777. Lucky. Lucky sevens. Let's do it. El Shakmat has joined the tournament. Stapvargan has joined the tournament. We have a total of 14 players. Sigurosmi. It's so hard to say that. So... chessprogramming.org. Wow. There's a link. Chessprogramming.org. I wonder if that still exists. I think chess.com probably bought it. Or Rex Sinkfield. Chess dictators and monopolies. Not a fan. Alright, 5 seconds. 4, 2, 1. Let's play. It's a wiki tiki wiki. El Shakma. So I'm I don't know what I'm gonna do in the World Senior, because all I do in informal games is I love playing e4, but my e4 over the board game isn't really, you know, prepared. So I'm gonna have a problem. Blitz and Rapid, I play e4, but I don't really feel confident playing e4. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the World Championship. Going to the World Team Championship in November. About a month, a little less than a month now. It's less than a month. Thanks to everyone who supported, our efforts to raise the funds to go there. So I can, go there and take, basically 2 weeks off of streaming. Mr. Slow and everyone else. Well, no, Mr. Coffee. If I have time, which I should, I'm gonna try to, we'll hand pick. I'm hand picking my preparations on a case by case basis, like I would in a round robin. Usually I would assume the pairings would be made the night before. First round, maybe not. First round might be interesting. No, I have ability to play anything, but I really don't encounter this move very often. It's weird. I don't know why, so few people play knight to c6 there. Yeah, I mean, this is like kind of a main line. DC is also possible, really. D takes C is really insipid and symmetrical. I should look this up. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I think C3 is a move, actually. C3 is reasonable. I think maybe I looked at this once with our friend Move 11. I'm going to do any travel on your rest day. Well, they organized a trip, but my experience has been to rest on your rest day. It's a good idea to rest on your rest day. They have like a sightseeing excursion for the old people. But I didn't sign up for that. I mean, it's kind of a pity, because it's like the first time I've ever gone to Italy. Ironically, it's not that far. But, I really want to focus on the tournament. And I'll just rest on the rest day. Walking around. Senior tour bus. Yeah, I'm not really into senior tour buses. I remember my aunt took me to like a church dinner once. It was kind of like that, just a lot of old people. Pancake breakfast. Chess players. They smell even worse than like normal seniors. Age discrimination is not a nice thing. You're an ageist. Ageism. I don't know, I just want to do my own thing. But in the past, when I've had a day off and I didn't take advantage of it, it's cost me. Really, in long tournaments, I just get progressively more and more tired as the tournament goes on. Even when I was younger, but it's much more noticeable now. Wow, major pawn structure transformation here. So do I go to a4? What's the advantage in a4 versus like b1? I guess he can get more easily attacked over there. That's a real positive. There's always that element. I mean, it's one round a day, which sounds like really easy, but they're long games. You get into a routine. What generally happens to me is that I get like more and more tired progressively every day. So I wake up a little later every single day, and then I'm like more and more tired. I have less time for preparation. So if I get a day off in the middle, hopefully it can like reset a little bit. And I mean, I'm banking on being the youngest player as my like biggest advantage. So they have more energy than the old people. We might as well double down and take advantage of our day off while those old people tire themselves out. Shockbot using a lot of time for this time control. It's a weird time control, by the way. 7+7. I mean, I'm pretty much doing like 5-second increment across the board, but I decided for fun to make it 7-7-7. It is not typical to have 7-second increments. Obviously, okay. Major important moment here in the game. Black essentially like switching his pawn structure from this pawn structure to a dark square pawn structure. F4 is really tempting. I'm concerned about my knight out, you know, not playing with other children out on a4. You gotta consider c3, f4, b3, and knight b2. Queen h5, anyone? Queen h5. I'm still doing that throat clearing sound. I've got like a weird sort of cough going on. This isn't. I'm taking this opportunity to get attacked by knight f6. Don't know if this is a good idea. It's kind of an impulsive move. You know, Nunn is not playing in my section. He's playing in the 65 group, so we're not worried about him. But anyway, there's a lot of strong players. None of them will be as young and motivated as me. They're just there to have a nice time, hang out, you know, socialize, drink some wine, go on a little bus tour. Interesting. I did not miss this move. Although you might think I easily could have. Probably I shouldn't waste too much time here. It looks like Queen h5 is a mistake after this. This is really nice. Nice tactical opportunity for black. Defend e5. Defenestration. Cast out on on my move. Well, I got myself in this situation. Yeah, that's fantastic. The other option is maybe Queen F3. Yeah, Black played like a genius. Or did he? I don't know. Who's better here? I don't think that either side has a clear advantage. I mean, his pawns are a little bit overextended, but what am I supposed to do? You know, like attack the base of his pawn chain with f4. Attack the head of his pawn chain with c3. My knight the hell off of that stupid square. And f4 is risky in some respects. This game is just going to be decided by time scramble. Queen h5 must have been a mistake. If I had any advantage, I think I lost it with that. I didn't realize how appropriate Queen a5 was. Probably white didn't have much advantage anyways in the first place. If white's even better at all. You see, he's thinking about bishop takes c4. Maybe it's not a bad move. His mind works in mysterious ways. I know what I would do. That's what I would do. So as not to be too committal. I literally don't even know who's better here. I could just guess. It's really not clear. Why should either side have an advantage? Dubois. What does that do, you might ask? I don't know. I think at this point I'm just simply like playing for time. You know, but I forgot I have h7. H7 could be very dangerous for black. He's going to get in trouble on the clock. Yeah, I mean, one of my ideas was to sack the exchange here. Rook takes f6. Bishop takes. I'm not sure if it's good enough. I have rook takes e6, winning 2 pieces. But he has bishop c3 at the end. That's annoying. I didn't see bishop e3. I mean c3. Rook e6, bishop c3. No problem. Move 11 is gifting tier 1 sub to the channel. That's awesome, man. Arms on Twitch. Good choice. Great. We got our first gift sub for the week from Move 11. I'm disappointed that Move 11 can't play more often. But I think he has a job or something like that. Damn it. Okay, I can't do that. Queen h6. Oh man, that's brutal. Wow. F5. You have F5 only move. Then I have a draw at least. I'm just like lucky. Smashing porcelain tiles on F6. Yeah, he gave me an opportunity there. I don't even know if this was sound. I don't really want to spend time analyzing it, but the computer thinks my play was sound. Okay. Well, that's reassuring. I literally had no idea. Of course, I was the last game. Schumacher! I almost flagged your messages in the chat room by accident, Asterbate. Report Asterbate to moderator. Timeout 15 minutes. Timeout and report to lichess. 777 from Mr. Coffee. Now we're getting close to the hype train. There we go. Smashing pumpkins. 777 bits. There we go. Lucky sevens. Move 11 not in the tournament. Thou have to work. Mr. Coffee, thou have to work. Natasha Romanov. So, answer me a question. Is Natasha Romanov the character from Rocky and Bullwinkle? No, that's Boris Badenov. And is it Natasha Romanov? Or is that just the name of the actual, like, Russian aristocracy? There's some famous Yul Brynner movie, right? That's like Anastasia or something. I'm thinking of something else. Alright, we've got a total of only 17 players. What's going on? Natasha Romanov with the draw. El Shakmat, Dinekis, Goju. 1900, interesting. Dinekis. What happened? Dinekis lost or forfeited? Bill 2WK, long time. He's been a subscriber. He's on a 4-month streak. Nice. Nicely done. Close to the hype train. I haven't seen a hype train message in years. Not even like a hype train, like you're close to a hype train. That's weird. Didn't change my hype train settings. I don't remember the last hype train. Nobody loves me anymore. Schumacher, Play Chess Badly, Sparkle Horse, Autostoke, Goo, Stapvargan, and Pyrat. 7 players with 1 point. I guess I play Stapvargan or something. Good call. Nice job. Nobody loves me. Oh, Asterbate actually has... Yeah, Asterbate is from the Russian aristocracy. Alright. Asterbate is distantly related to Yul Brynner. He just has more hair. It seems like Stapvargan's always white, but it's just bias. It's not true. The Owen defense. Ultimate anti-Stonewall move. Aspe's gonna get a job at... He's gonna get a job as a bouncer at Chinese embassies. Alright. There it is. The legendary light square. Yeah, Russian spy. He was placed there by Donald Trump. Double Dutch. I feel like the Bird Larson here is somewhat justified. But I've probably been here before, done that. I've got to be careful white doesn't get in e4. Like, if white gets in e4, you end up, like, your Stonewall is, or your Dutch is refuted. Essentially. I feel like I'm playing the Botvinnik Sicilian on the other side. Thinking. We're thinking. No e4. Thank you, Mr. Coffee, Move 11, Bill, for subscribings, gift subs, and bit donations. Here it comes. We're starting to see first evidence of fighting for control of e4. Move 11 has bailed out of the building. We're gonna need, I don't know, man. We're gonna need to like set up like private matches or something for him to get some serious games in. 92. There he goes. Don't let him play e4. We got serious ambulance action going on. So then we'll see the c3 queen c2 or c3 queen e4. I mean e2. Double Dutch. c5 c3. Knight c6. Bishop e7 c3 castles. Okay, I just feel it. I'm gonna go where no man has gone before. We fighting for the center. Well, I think move 11 has soundly trounced my French. Well, he is, he's significantly higher rated. But, yeah. Looks like he's well prepared for the French. So if you can't put direct pressure on e4, then you want to, I guess, indirectly pressurize the the white center here. Very aggressive. Yeah, it's funny because he was playing the Tarash and then switched over to knight c3. I also don't know. I feel like the Tarash is a little easier to play, but it's not as aggressive. Mr. Coffee, I saw your study with games. You had a French exchange variation, of course. People won't stop with that. Yeah, I mean, it's like a 99% chance your opponents play the exchange variation, a 1% chance of like the advance, and like you know, just a microscopic chance of something like main line. Microscopical. DMV. I don't want to go to tournaments at the DMV. That's online chess, man, though. I take no stock in that. Interesting theory, Mozart. But it does get a little on the nerves. You know, if you like myself, I enjoy the odd, imbalance in the pawn structure, personally. But yeah, I mean, if your opponents are essentially going to give you an equal game, I guess you shouldn't complain. But it's kind of like the exchange Slav, Yeah, it's good that you equalize, but it's just very depressing sometimes. So here we go. White is prepared to do the thing I was talking about. I think we need the castle. Get e4, do e4, whatever you want. But I'm gonna... What am I gonna do about this? Takes here. We're taking with the bishop, right? Then white plays like b4. That could get weird, huh? This is really weird. I don't know about this. It is. Most cases. So what's my idea here? Taking on d4? I have knight b4. There's more than one way to skin a horse, right? If you can get opposite side castling. Right. Well, I told the story about Rajabov. There was a story I told a long time ago about I saw this Rajabov game where he was playing like a much lower rated player. It was a classic, like what Mozart's talking about. It was a 2300 player begging for a draw against Rajabov when he was like 2650 in an open. And the interesting thing was Rajabov, he didn't try to do anything like sharp. He just like played like just really accurate, boring chess, and actually ground the guy down in his own style, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm trying something. We're trying to be dynamic here. Dr. Dynamico. Late square bishops. You know, like pawn f5 is a major variation. Bishop e1, e5. Those are the three things like white has to consider. And none of them look that great to me. The main line is like pawn f5, knight d3, queen d3, pawn f5, queen f5, knight d5. And I'm on f4 twice. And I have like this bishop from hell on b7. But it's possible there's a more dynamic way to play this. Like knight d5 looks a little over the top. I think we're going to have to settle for recapture. Is it good enough? I hope so. I like my light square bishop. Steph Organ he's the biggest lover of bad bishops ever. He's the bad bishop pro. Should play the French defense, man. He plays the Caro-Kann, but honestly, if you're really a big time bad bishop aficionado, are you like knight d5? Did I have that? Yeah, it's a pawn sack, but it looks pretty active. Knight d5, pawn e6, knight f4. Queen somewhere. Then I can just like recapture. But I'm down a pawn with incredible compensation. Anyway, he played knight e5. You're not going anywhere. Where are you going? You're not going anywhere, man. Not even a pawn sack. Okay, so if I play knight d5, he takes on e6, I take on f4, I recapture. A good point, I'm not even down a pawn. I didn't realize. If I had known I wasn't down a pawn, I might have done it. I thought I was down a pawn there. See, I'm just too materialistic. Now I have to think. Look how materialistic I am. I'm just like defending pawns. Although queen d7 is a developing move. It's a strong move. I connect my rooks. Black has a big advantage here. Really, very nice. Like kind of lasting edge. No compensation. No compensation for cheapos. He sees everything. You can't get anything past him. That's what I get for trying for the cheapo. I mean, still a5 is a good move. Botvinnik was a big promoter of pushing rook pawns, you know, when you had the bishop pair. You gotta be careful with Stapvargan because he's really good in like bad positions where he has time pressure. He just makes like decent moves quickly. He's good at making decent moves quickly and not blundering for the most part. Black has a nice edge here. This is a guy who definitely doesn't mind playing with a bad bishop now and again. I need some ideas. Give me an idea. Wow. Such a good position. I don't know where to start. Okay. He's going to try to challenge my knight on e4, but it's an immovable object. He found that. Master had that move. Pardon. The immovable object. Yeah, see, he'll just get this position where he's just holding with no time. He's very similar to Mr. Slow in that respect. It's like Mr. Slow Part 2. Good at handling increment, time pressure. Will I ever have some kind of tactic at some point? You can never like trap his pieces or anything. It's really weird. I still don't have any threats. Do I have a threat? I might have a threat. Have you seen my threat somewhere? Found it. Alright, we got one. Finally. Master Cliff still around. What makes you mention Master Cliff? Does he have a Master Cliff style? The last time I checked, he was still around. Yeah, he didn't look great. He's not looking real sprightly. He's definitely been well aged. Yeah, he was hanging out the last time I saw him in the pit in Harvard Square with Alex Keys and Raul. Oh, you said Master had that. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, of course, that's a Cliffism. Yeah, I forgot. I just use it so commonly. Yeah, that's of course. Yeah, Cliff didn't look good. He's been He's led an unhealthy lifestyle. But Raul always looks good. Takes good care of himself. Yeah, Master Cliff's a funny guy. Yeah, he was boatless for a long time. I don't know what his story is. He's definitely seen better days. But the last time I saw him, it was pre-pandemic. It was like 2019. And you know, he was probably living in a van or something, or maybe worse. All right, back to the tournament. Now, he tried to help me at one point, and no one else would. I owe Cliff for that. Daddy Chan is trying to join the team. You're welcome to join the team. Alright. You aspire to live in your van? He used to live in a boat, then he lost his boat. Then he lives in a van. I don't know about the van. He didn't look good. Looked really rough, like he was sleeping rough. Alright. Gu, Alisto, myself. 3 players have 2. Bisonov of the Bison. Bill, 2WK, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, no one else knows where my quotes come from. Master had that. I forgot that was a Cliffism. I just accumulate these things over a long course of time, and I forget. But you know who contacted me? Maybe you don't know him. Do you remember this kid who used to play at the Boylston Chess Club? Ilya Zaremsky. He was 2100, approximately. I don't remember if he left before you started playing at the Boylston, Mozart. Maybe it was prior to your time, you know. He's on lichess, and he sent me a message the other day. He said he hasn't played chess since he went to college, but he's trying to get back into it. It's just really weird that, there's people who were teenagers when I knew them, and they're 40-year-old. It's weird that the last time you saw them was a teenager, and now they're a 40-year-old man. That just freaks me out. Bill 2WK just gifted a tier 1 sub to Mozart. Mozart is an old colleague. Alright. Sparkle Horse, Aldisto. Everyone's old now. It's weird though. The last time I played Ilya Zaremsky, he was 15 or 16 years old. He sends me an email or message and he's 40. That's so strange. Oh no, my time! Don't worry, the time won't go. You won't be forfeited if you let your red flag fall. Okay, so Aldisto plays this really annoying sort of Philidor thing. I just really don't feel like that. Do I have to play that? The super annoying Black Lion Philidor. Oh man, and he knows it and he just plays it kind of automatically, and then quickly. But it's one of those things, it's like the old Indian. You can't avoid the Philidor. Bill 2WK gifting 2 gift subs? No. 1 gift sub and 1 subscription. Alright, let's see what we can do here with this. Larry Tapper variation. Knight f6, knight c3. Oh, the other thing is I'm playing in the World Senior Championship at 49. I'll be 50 before the end of the calendar year. And there's like nobody practically that I've ever played in the whole World Senior Championship. It's really strange. Okay, I played Biro Shandor. I think the only people I only know a handful of people. I'm not going to play this. G3. Normally I don't want to avoid the Philidor. It's not a great opening. No, it's kind of like the Exchange French. I'm just kind of bored of it, playing the same game with him. No, I mean, I don't think the Philidor is a great opening. But I do get bored of playing it. And it's hard to play something where the other guy can just like make a lot of moves like automatically in a fast time control. You know, I'd rather like make him think in the first 6 moves than let him like rattle off like 1,000 moves very quickly without even having to think. I mean, there's a difference between long games and obviously like long games and blitz rapid. In a long game, I'd be much more happy to just sit down and really, you know, use all my time and try to squeeze the maximum out of the white side of a Philidor. The system players. You know, the Simon Williams. I mean, it goes back way before Simon Williams. I forget. You know, I think Chigorin did it, actually. Maybe it was actually Chigorin who first invented this. I don't know. You know, I mean, it goes back at least 100 years. The whole idea of playing, like, the Philidor with, like, knight d7, knight f8. Or the old Indian is the same thing, basically. Okay, maybe Philidor did... I mean... Chigorin did it in the old Indian, not the Philidor, but it's the same basic idea. Now we're literally transposing to a Pierz. I guess if you think about it, you know, Philidor and the Pierz are actually closely related. Mr. Coffee, I don't know, man. We need to work on it. What happened in your other game? You had a French defense in the first tournament, and then a what? Did someone play the Kali system against you? Cole? I don't know how to pronounce it. Cole? Cole was like Belgian. It's probably like one of the most mispronounced opening names ever. I've never pronounced it correctly, I'm sure. Castles. The Kali, like it's a Kali dog. It's like hard to unlearn like things that you've been taught the wrong way. Unlearning bad pronunciations. Kal. Is it Kal or Kole? You know, normally in the Pierz Fianchetto variations, I like to like do bishop e3 and take with the bishop on d4. We've talked about this before. I lost with black in this type of line against Quang Liam. And I have no idea how the heck I ended up playing like the Pierz defense. The only thing I can think of is that I played a modern. I must have played the modern and he like went d4, g6, e4 on me, and somehow I decided to transpose to the... You know, even though I don't play the Pierz since I was like 2200, I decided to transpose to a Pierz. I got destroyed. And the young Quang Liam. And had him crushed once, and he like escaped with a draw. Slippery. What does he do? He like lives in the United States, sponsored by Sinkfield, and just doesn't play chess. Just like, I don't think he could even speak English when I met him. Probably he did, just he was shy. But he was like 27, almost 2700, and he just like doesn't play chess anymore to like run Susan. He probably runs Susan Polgar's like chess scam. I mean team, sorry. Yeah. Why become a 2700 to coach a team? Like, that's so weird. Alright, knight c5. Susan Polgar's latest scam. I mean team. Juja. Rook e1. I guess rook e1. I mean, I don't really want to put that rook on e1. I'd rather put the other rook on e1. But if I play f4, he's just going to hit me with rook e8. So at the end of the day, see, that's why I want to have my bishop on d4. Try a weird move here. This is probably a mistake, I assume, but it's interesting, I think, to try to deny black, pressure on my central pawn. Deny and distract and defer. That was my last Pierce defense. It was like 2008 or something. With black, I mean. Black. I shouldn't play openings I don't know, There's a bunch of Vietnamese players, and they would all play the same repertoire. They were playing like d4 and the Trompowsky, and if you do like d4 g6, they would be afraid to transpose to e4 opening because it wasn't part of the repertoire. But at one point they started like calling my bluffs, and if I went like d4 g6, all of a sudden everyone was playing like e4. They must have had like a team meeting and be like, all right, that's enough of this. We're going to have to start playing e4 if these guys keep playing, g6 and e6 on the first move. They can't keep bluffing us. I had a couple of games where Huang Trong and Quang both suddenly played e4. I like to play the modern against people who play d4 and are afraid to play e4. Speaking who are that was like an Ivanov favorite strategy. Bishop d7, bishop c6. More pressure. Oh, queen c8. That's what I did against Quan. I remember I tried to copy this idea I saw in a game like 30 years ago. I play poker badly. We all do. That's the point, right? Play poker worse than I used to. Alright, so he played a6. I was expecting him to play b5, and he just played a6 and now bishop c6. That makes sense. I had an idea that I could somehow defend the e4 pawn with a tactic, but I don't know how that works exactly. I'm still going to have to play rook e1. It's all good. We're a little better. You just got to be like Magnus, you know. Equal position equals win. If you preferred playing c4 and then e4 if allowed. Right. Yeah, I mean, I like would do the same sometimes. Queen d3. Now we have queen d3, which is important because c5 isn't a problem. My queen can get hit by a roving knight on e5 or c5, so with this move I can not have to play rook fe1. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but you know, you might want to bring this rook over here. So I don't see any reason not to play in classical fashion here. Karpov Timon. Very different from this. If you know the classic game Karpov Timon, or Karpov, it was like an epic game. Dvoretsky uses it. A lot of people have used this game as a teaching reference, where Karpov kills him in the Pierts but there's like more pieces on the board. Karpov didn't allow as many exchanges as I have here. Cockatier, you're late. Are you still allowed to play? This is round 3, so you should still be able to. Well, you're already in the tournament, right? But you have to rejoin. You should be able to rejoin since we're not halfway into the tournament. And actually, you know how that works? Actually, it might not even matter in your case because you were already joined in the beginning. I think this happened before. You're not like the other children. Like, you could show up like on round 7 and join because you were already joined. Thanks for apologizing for being late. My last over the board opponent was like maybe the first person ever who didn't even say a word. He was 50 minutes late to the game. Didn't say he was like sorry or anything. Thought that was kind of weird. I was really like ready to pack it up and go home. I never had, maybe once Brian McCarthy did it. But I never once had anybody like show up like just a few minutes before forfeiting. But that's polite to say you're sorry if you're late. So I'm running out of time. All right, this is serious now. This is serious. Generally, it's like nice. It's not like it's a rule, but it's nice to say you're sorry if you're late. Like, normally you don't say anything to the opponent at the board, but just kind of like, sorry, I'm late. You know, it's good form. I think almost 99% of any of my opponents who are ever late, they always say that. It's not the same as saying like good game after the game, you know. That's not good form. That's just like insincere. Yeah, b6, good move or bad move? I would like to troll people sometimes for fun. Just like pretend I'm going to make some weird move. Obviously, I'm not going to play rook g5. It's just funny. Funny to put the rook... It's funny to put the rook on g5. Freak your opponent out. Are you serious? Oh my god, a6 was hanging. It's like face palm. a6 was just hanging? Are you serious? I can't believe it. I actually expected b6, and he played it, and he's just like dropping his a6 pawn for nothing. That's weird. Double hallucination. Really weird. Double bubble. Damn it. I could have had that pawn. Now it's like menacing me. Dennis the Menace. No end to this annoyance. I think he like just stopped calculating. So I have e5 here. We win a piece. I mean, obviously that's the kind of tactic that you're looking for. Big move. That is scary, huh? Alright, let's try to keep it solid here. If we can. Not so easy. It's not so easy. I could easily plunder. Plunder the blunder. Plundering. Rook g5 check. Master of isolated pawns. Still, care is recommended. Wow. Huge threat of rook g1. And he's tied down to e5 and f7, so it looks pretty strong. Okay, he's only got a pawn for a knight. Still another threat. Sort of. Jeez. This has to be good. Centralize. We gotta centralize. Limited mobility. Funny, I thought he would play that. Kind of annoying. He's not really threatening anything. He's not threatening rook h2. He's not threatening rook g1. He's not threatening queen c6. So what's he going to do to me? He is a fast player, though. Rook check. Stalemate. Okay. I need a break after that one. Finally, like, some of these games are still going on. There's a game longer than mine. Gu versus Bisonov. Smells like a draw. It says a draw smell. But anything could happen. Pawn for the exchange. Nobody should lose this position. Ain't nobody should lose this position. The Eagles are 6-0. I saw that. I like how, like, the Patriots are 3-3 and they're in last place in their division, and Tampa Bay is like 3-3 in first place in their division. That's kind of weird. Depends on what division you're in, you know. 3-3 could be first place or last place. In the NFL. Yeah, I haven't been following it, like individual games or anything. Lionel, good to see you. But I did notice the Eagles are the only 6-0 NFL team. That's pretty cool. So we got the Phillies in the Major League Baseball playoffs, and the Eagles are like leading the NFL. Philadelphia sports teams, huh? Next thing you know, like the Flyers will win. And like the 76ers. Alright, back to tournament draw. Oh, Mr. Coffee is from Pennsylvania. Yeah. Okay, Stapvargan. I play chess badly. This is an interesting ending. I mean, it should be a draw. With 3 pawns against 2 on the same side, and 2 of them doubled, there are certainly ways that Black can win, but, you know, if White defends properly, really, you should not lose this position. I mean, it could certainly happen, but, you know, objectively. Yeah, New England sports teams are not looking too good, man. Maybe the Celtics have a chance. I don't know much about basketball. All right. $500 rating point difference could be dangerous. Oh. Yeah, play chess badly is like one of the lowest rated players. I forgot. The Celtics coach out for the year. What is it, like some kind of scandal? I haven't seen, you know, it's like coaches are out because of like injuries or something. It's not like the coach gets injured. The coach is out for the year. It must be some kind of like personal scandal or something. I didn't see that. I don't follow like local news over here from Budapest. I don't read the Boston Globe. I don't subscribe to the Boston Globe. Yeah. Too many newspapers, too little time. Boston Globe doesn't really do it for the international news. Alright, Play Chess Badly is trying to lose this. He's very passive. He's conducting the endgame in a kind of passive way. He's going to have to be a little more active here. You want to stay as active as possible. That's active. Now you're talking. Oh, he was dating an employee. Oh, that's great. Tubin has a master class? Wait. Who are we talking about now? Jeffrey Toobin? The CNN journalist? What's that in reference to? Like camera mishaps or something? Webcam dating mishaps while working? Did you sign up for the Stafford Gambit Masterclass? No, I did the Jabava. I've chosen the Jabava path. I played D5, Uber Driver. I'm not a fan of the Eric Rosen Gambit. You're only 90 minutes late. Early is on time. On time is late, and late is inexcusable. You can relax now. I just come here to drink beer. By Tuesdays, my Saturday hangover has receded, so I can start drinking beer again. Sundays and Mondays are kind of rough. Alright, we're finally ready for the next round. Round 4. Coming to you. Round 4. Amazingly, I'm the only undefeated player. We have 22 players in total. Actually, you're not too late to join. I thought Chemiculture would be too late. But you guys can join up to the halfway point. That's the good thing about 7 rounds, huh? 7-rounder lets you join. Don't late join poker tournaments, by the way. It's a really bad strategy. I lost a lot of money that way. I always used to swear it off, and then I started trying it lately, but it's so stupid. Chess tournaments, I don't know. Late joining chess tournaments. Whatever happened to Natasha Romanoff? 1 game and out. Gu is in second place, tied with Surigomi. Sorry, I can never pronounce your name right. Sigurosmi. She probably had to tie someone to the train tracks with Boris Badenov. Bisonov, out of Stowe. So we got 2 players with 2.5, 1, 2, 3 players with 2. Stanford. So you're still in it if you got 1.5. I think at this point. Chemiculture is pretty far behind. Chemiculture, World Loser, Uber Driver, Cheesy Noob, all joining with half point. The maximum you can get is a chance to spoil someone's tournament in the last round. I don't think you'll be able to tie for first or even third. Basically, World Loser, Chemiculture, those guys can get enough points to rack up, an Uber Driver rack up enough points to ruin my perfect score in the last round or something like that. Good with the English. Yeah, lately I don't know. I'm just not really happy. I haven't been super happy with what I'm playing against the English. I think I need another English masterclass. I'm really relying a lot on this hyper-accelerated Queen's Indian, which I don't even know that well. I just like playing it. I can't remember if we had this. Okay, d5 is a move, right? d5 is a good move. Like, what's wrong with d5? Queen a4 check? Is that a problem? Queen a4 check? Queen a4 check, bishop c6, triple exclam. It's not the Grunfeld. Not really clear. You know, queen a4 check, that's interesting. Queen a4 check, bishop c6, queen b3. Pawn takes c4, queen c4. Like, what is my bishop doing on c6? It seems really stupid. I think queen a4 check is probably a good move for white, or at least a decent move. This, however, is a different story. Knight b5 with the facehugger. Overrated. Now queen a4 check, still an option, but different. Very different. Of course I can play... No, I don't know. Bishop f4, interesting. I'm going to develop. Screw it. I'm thinking we can transpose to an almost normal line here. I don't know what I'm doing. I should have just stuck with g6. I'd like to do like knight f6 and g6. He's playing like the bishop f4 Grunfeld. This is weird. Camel Culture claims everything I play turns into the Grunfeld. You're making him look right about that. Yeah, I mean, at some point I really ought to consider taking on c4. What is going on with that? Still. Still. Not so easy. I feel like we have to play a6. Is that a good move, master? And I have literally no clue. Literally no clue if this is good or not. Routine. Mr. Coffee. You gotta like the way he played this. Looks perfectly good. Well, maybe c5? It's too much. Like talking to myself. This is weird, man. I don't like this position. It's like I'm playing a Petrosian Queen's Indian where white didn't have to waste time with a3. That's better for white. You know, you're better off for not having to play that stupid move. Yeah, c5 is definitely a move, but it looks risky. He can take and maybe play like knight e5 or something. But it's probably playable. I just don't know. Every freaking move I have like 6 different ideas and I'm not sure what to do. This is the current position. I'm trying to trade off my good bishop for his bad bishop, you know, so I can try to only be slightly worse. We can reach an equal endgame where I can outplay him. Magnus Carlsen system. I'll be slightly worse for like 20 moves, and then try to grind him down in an equal ending. The exciting world of Magnus Carlsen. This is basically a Koli Kotnowski, where I'm a tempo down. White's moves include bishop takes d6, knight e5, c takes d, bishop g5, bishop d3. So there's a lot of options. Like, what do you play? a6 seemed unnecessary. Wow, really? Man, I thought I was going to get impaled on c7. Could be. I'm not sure. Probably. He hasn't played e3 yet, right? I could have played like bishop d6, queen d6, and if knight b5, queen b4 check, something like that. I was honestly thinking about like taking on c4 and doing some sort of anti-positional b5. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a normal move, but yeah, it may not be necessary so early. It just, when you think about it, it boils down to the Petrosian Queen's Indian, where white didn't waste a move with a3, so it must be good for white. Now white must be slightly better here. I mean, I can take on c4 and not have a bad bishop. But I'm giving up my center if I do that, and that's the problem. It's like a question of the lesser of the evils. I think, you know, strategically, like d takes c4 is probably a mistake. But here, I don't know. Bishop takes f4. Pawn takes f4. He has very good control of e5. I'm not sure. That wasn't my plan to do that. To be honest, I don't really have a plan. That's one of my problems here. I literally don't have a plan. My plan should be to play c5 and try to equalize objectively. But d takes c4, it's like a strategic concession. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, white has pretty good control of e5. If I play bishop takes b4, f4, it's not, I'm not sure. He's using a lot of time, though, you know? So, keeping the tension makes other people think more. I drink to make other people more interesting. That's a famous Gawain Jones quote, but I don't know where he got it from. Does anyone know where that quote, like, originates from? There's no way that Gawain Jones made that up. I mean, it has to be some comedian or some famous quote. Why do you drink alcohol so much? But if you keep the tension, I mean, it's more to think about. See, that's the practical reason for not playing bishop takes f4. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's Ernest Hemingway. Wow. Gawain Jones showing he's well read. I knew it had to come from some kind of serious person. Some sort of author makes sense. Maybe a comedian. Now we know. What? I think he's like gone or something. Oh, he's not connected. You know, Gu is Hungarian. We'll blame it on Hungarian internet. My connection has been very good lately. Ooh, that sucks. Literacy from a chess player. If you can tell, like, Gawain Jones is, you know, you can tell just by looking at him. I mean, he's kind of educated and semi-intellectual. I don't know him very well, but he's well-spoken. I mean, I gotta respect people who have... Now Gu's back. I can't give him more time. There's no ability to give the opponent more time. We had a forfeit victory like in the last tournament or something, in the last round when Sumer fell asleep. Speaking of drinking, Sumer fell asleep. We could take a quick look at this opening while we're at it. Yeah, I like to see literacy from chess players. No, Hikaru busts out a lot of Hemingway quotes on his stream. No, he's practically intelligent. But it's nice to see chess players with education outside of chess, or interest outside of chess. I started chess late, so it didn't destroy my life as much as most people. We can quote me on that. Yeah, so I've been playing mostly G6 here, but it's very rope-a-dope. It feels like, you know, E6 is a direct Queen's Indian transposition, so D5, you know, like, D5 is one of the more, like, dynamic tries to stay out of... Clip that, Asterbait. I started chess early, you know, I started chess late, so it didn't destroy my life as much as most people. D5 dubious, yeah. So this is amazing. I talked about Queen A4 check. This has actually been played. Farago Ivan played this back in 1987. Wow. I don't like C6 a lot here, but I guess it's playable. I mean, Bishop C6 has seriously not been played. Is it that bad? It's bad. But the engine likes Queen C2 better than Queen B3. It's very interesting. I would have intuitively, you know, defended the pawn with Queen B3. Queen C2, exclamation point. If you take on C4, the center is just going to roll you. So that's interesting. Queen D7 is the best move. Which is likely what I would have played. I think I would have eliminated the others. This is apparently better, though. Interesting. Okay, Queen A4 check. Bishop F4 novelty? No way. Okay, so we've got a Kishmatulin Madyarov. What's wrong with me? Madyarov. Kishmatulin Mamadyarov. When did you start playing? You know, I was like... ...1984. I was like 12. So it didn't, like, you know, turn me into, like, a hopeless nerd, like, immediately. It's good if you have some activities and interests in place before you start playing chess. I think that keeps you safe from becoming, like, the quintessential chess nerd. I'm actually, you know, I was always like, oh, don't you wish you started earlier so you would have been like a prodigy and a grandmaster? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm happy that I am who I am. E6. Okay, Mamadjarov played E6. So Rook C1 TN. There's two C takes D5s, and both those guys lost. I don't see any reason to play C takes D5 for white necessarily. There's nothing wrong with this move. But I don't see any reason white has to play it. I guess he wants to close the diagonal, but black can take with the knight. So this is a new move. And I didn't know what to do here. And I think that Mozart is right. To be honest, like, I wanted to play D takes C4, but I saw some ghosts I didn't like here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Bishop D6 is the safe way to go there. But Mozart is correct. I think A6 is too slow. But if you played C takes D5, I'm probably playing E takes D5. I'm not, you know, I'm gonna get a bad Persian Queen's Indian though. Yeah, this is like John Fedorovich attack here. G3. And then white can play like Bishop H3 later on or something. It's a good Petrosian for white. Again, A3 just weakens white's position in a lot of cases. To have the Petrosian without A3 is actually an advantage for white, I think. So that's interesting. Okay, guys, back to the tournament. Unfortunately, Gu lost his Magyar internet, which is normally quite reliable. Maybe he's on mobile or something. Bisonov still playing. I feel kind of cheap getting that forfeit win in a critical round when I'm undefeated. That's, you know, I mean, it's kind of like there's no takebacks allowed in simuls, which is really dumb. There's no adding time in simuls. There's no, you know, it's a casual tournament. Maybe they should make a differentiation between like casual tournaments and rated tournaments, that, you know, takebacks can be allowed in casual tournaments, for example, or adding time. Like I would have given him, you know, time back. I don't know if I should though. We probably need to have like ground rules. But anyway, it's not a formal tournament, so it just seems sort of stupid that you can't, you know, give him time back. But all he needed was like 10 seconds. He still has the 7-second increments. He literally like got back online like the second before he lost on time, which was kind of weird. I loved it when I was playing online poker. I'd have like 10 tables, 15 tables open and like lose my internet. That was the worst. I had like mobile internet, like backup, but it would take a while to get it, like, to turn it on, and then it was unreliable. Really missed those days of losing like hundreds of dollars because my internet went out. Chess is no big deal, you know, it's like whatever. You get back to the table, you have like no chips left. It's like half an hour later. Oh, I min-cached that one. Great. Look at this position. He defended laterally. Bishop e7, defending h7. Funny, this is Augusto. It feels like a queen pawn game. Oh, you have Starlink? Right. No, you have to have backup internet. Yeah, Starlink. I don't think I know anyone. As much as I don't like Nylon Mask, it seems like Starlink is one of the good things that he's done. It's cool that he's gonna keep the. It's cool that he's gonna keep the Starlink going to Ukraine. He's gonna pay for it. Even Nylon Masks, apparently he believes sometimes we should do good things. That was a quote. Even if they're not profitable, sometimes, this was like almost like a direct quote. Even if they're not profitable, sometimes we should do good stuff. That's deep, man. Very good. 1 point for Elon Musk. Yeah, if I was still playing online poker, yeah, you gotta have something. I had really bad mobile internet. It was like, sometimes it didn't even work. It was a disaster. Yeah, outages were more common like 10 years ago. I rarely get internet outages now. It's interesting, the difference. Although I don't pay as close attention to it, I guess, as I used to. For example, my Hungarian-based internet only rarely seems to go down, and usually it's going down in like the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. I rarely get outages during the day. Actually, the internet here seems better than it was in the States. I have way better internet here than in Massachusetts. Like, my Hungarian, people think it's like the third world or something, but internet in Budapest is better than it is in like Massachusetts, probably. Verizon, what did I have? Verizon in the States? Comcast cable. It was awful. You have really good internet, but all you need is one. Yeah, one costly. Right. If you didn't have a backup, you're dropping thousands of dollars. It's good that Starlink is around, though. I mean, they're using it with like ships and stuff. Wasn't it like it's on cruise ships now? I saw somewhere they're commonly using it on cruise ships. So it's like a game changer. The only bad thing about Starlink is like you're gonna have like a million satellites like messing up like the view of the sky. Eventually we have like basically we have space pollution. I guess the Earth has bigger problems than that right now, though. Our view of the universe is the least of our problems. Like not destroying ourselves is probably the first and foremost, directly. Anyway, going back to the tournament, I feel we have one game ongoing. Wow. Oh, Kakatiri. Kakatiri left us and came back. No, he just came. I take it back. Okay, this is over. Honestly, Bishop c6 is kind of a weird move there. But I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. He wants to dominate the knight with Bishop b5. Yeah, Mozart is in Switzerland, so I imagine they have excellent internet service. We got 4 points out of 4. 3 rounds to go. Let's see who's catching up. Where's our friend Camel Culture? Camel Culture with 1 win, 1 half point bye. Uber Driver 1 win, 1 half point bye. World Loser didn't play. He just threatened to play. Cheesy Noob threatening to play. Right. Exactly. If you have a house in the mountains or something, imagine. I mean, if I buy like I don't know. What if I go to like I don't know, rural Maine and buy like a cabin in the woods or something, I can teach chess from my cabin in the woods in rural Transylvania or rural Maine or something. So it's like a dish. Okay. I wasn't sure how exactly it works. They talk about Starlink, what is terminals, right? I've never seen like a Starlink terminal. I didn't know. I expected some kind of robotic like terminal. I didn't really think of the traditional like satellite dish. But if it wasn't Elon Musk, I mean, it would be someone else. The cabin in the woods is one of those things that sounds better than it is. Well, I mean, when you're as old as me, maybe it'll start sounding better. Oh, missing plumbing, dude. I've been to Transylvania. Okay, I know about life with the outhouse. I'm not big on camping. Yeah, but the outhouse life. Good old outhouse. Nothing like a good Transylvanian outhouse. Alright, well, enough of that. We're going to be moving on to round 5. Yeah. No, I was thinking about buying, like, if I bought a property in the States, I don't know where I would go. I mean, everywhere is so overpriced. I only play poker live, but only like for fun, basically. Mozart. I might actually go and play in December in Prague at the European Poker Tour, because I haven't played in serious tournaments in a long time, since before the pandemic, and even then I didn't play much. So I just play with friends or at the poker club here. I don't play online anymore. I play but just live, so once a week or once in a while. Chat meetup at the EPT. Exactly. We can have a meetup. EPT meetup. Unfortunately, I like playing in EPT in Prague because they had a chess and poker tournament, even though it was like a really small buy-in and just kind of a joke. I came close like twice to winning it, but both times I like had bad luck when we got down to like 5 players and lost. I thought it would be like the easy way to get an EPT trophy. I really, like last time it was a Hungarian guy who messed me up too. He doubled up one of the other players this like really stupid way. It just destroyed me. I'm just, it's not important. It's just, but I don't think they have, anyway, the point is they don't have a chess and poker event this year. I didn't see one in the schedule. So I'm sad about that. Even though it's like a micro stake, it's like, it was like a $500 buy-in. Not micro stakes, but it was 500 or less, or 300. I don't remember. It was something low stakes buy-in. It was still fun, Sergei Movsesian like came there and he was like cheering us on. It's kind of cool. It was cool. I met some interesting, poker players who play chess now. It was nice to have like a. It was nice to have like a kind of overlap between chess and poker. Czech Tour. That's chess. Yeah, they have a chess tournament. I recommend the Czech Tour, although I haven't played. They do a good job organizing tournaments, Mr. Coffee. If you ever go to like a European chess tournament, the Czech organizers are pretty cool. They have a Prague tournament in like January or. I'm going to leave you guys for a week in December. If I can find a hotel I'm happy with. Is it normal for European hotels to have a 3-room occupancy max? I never really noticed that before. I mean, 3-person occupancy. They play on small and ugly boards. Oh. I don't remember. There wasn't like a high level of equipment used there. We played like... It was like rapid. Basically, it was like... Yeah, kind of crappy equipment. But... It was fun. Van Velde was there, but he didn't play last time. But Sergey was nice. He also didn't play. There was no GMs in the poker and chess tournament. Just me and a Gabi Lifshitz. I think the last time they had a poker chess tournament. Well, I probably didn't play the last time. I probably didn't play 2017. They might have had one, I don't know. Yeah, occupancy. That's not enough, yeah. Yeah, we don't want to go into that. I shouldn't have started down that road. I wanted to bring some friends with me. I gotta be careful what I bring up here on the stream. We got Nefedov. The Nefedov variation. Actually, I kind of hate playing against this. Yeah, there were 3 Grandmasters the last time I went to Prague and played in the EPT, and none of them played in the chess tournament. But I think it's fun. I know at Isle of Man they had them, but I haven't been to Isle of Man in like 20 years. I guess without the prevailing influence of Jennifer Shahadi on the spot, you know, chess and poker has kind of faded in the distance behind like chess, boxing, and you could try to organize like a chess poker high stakes event in Budapest. Once they tried to have the EPT here, but it was pretty much a disaster. Okay, so we're thinking a long time here. I thought he's going to castle queenside. Dragon, classical, bishop on d7. Not my favorite. John Donaldson. Approved. You'll bring your own DGT board. That's cool. You could do that, I guess. The worst of chess and poker. Yeah, man, what was it? I think I got some weird offers from something now. I'm trying to remember what it was. Trying to create some game. Yeah, occasionally I get these weird, you know, promotional emails from people. Dear content creator, we're trying to create the new world's greatest game. Poacher. Choker. So, okay. So this is like book. What do I do? Like bishop g4? He didn't move his knight to b3. Normally in the classical dragon, white plays knight b3 at some point. My opponent just simply hasn't done it. Boy, why should he? I mean, knight g4, right? I have knight g4, bishop g4, bishop g4. But I always feel like that's sort of stupid for black, you know? I just end up with this stupid bishop that does nothing in those types of positions, like knight g4, bishop g4, bishop g4, queen d2, and I just have this like ridiculous bishop on g4 that gets trapped or something. So, I don't know. Knight takes d4, bishop c6. I've done that before, but it's kind of passive. I was thinking rook c8, but it's really, really hard for black to play for an edge, I feel like, in these castle kingside dragons. It's just very, very, very stable, and no one really has anything. I had a game with Shamkovich, almost the exact same position, in 1998, where I played e5. How, I don't know, he had been a tempo down, I guess, because, how was it now? I have no idea how that happened, actually. Like, it was almost like a 4 pawns attack, King's Indian hybrid. Somehow I did e5 against him. It might have been this position. After queen d2, maybe that was it. e5? It can't be, though, because he could have taken on e5. Yeah, it's like a different position. I mean, I could have been like one of the last people ever to play him. He must not have played another tournament after that. 1998. Shamkovich was old. It was cool I got to play him, though. I remember he played in like the first tournament I ever played in 1984-5. Bizdire. That was my first tournament in 1985. Bizdire was playing, Shamkovich. They were like gods. I thought, oh, these guys are like gods. Legendary grandmasters. Mr. Coffee just gifted a sub to Geeta B. Geeta B, welcome. What is the occupancy thing? Oh, that's an old... Yeah, we don't talk about that. Sorry about bringing that up. I don't know, just everywhere I ever traveled in the world, hotel rooms normally had like four-person occupancy. But this hotel, I tried to reserve a room, it's like 3. I just thought that was weird. I guess it's normal, I don't know. I've never noticed that before anywhere. I mean, if it's like a really small hotel or like a guest house or something, I understand. But like, for like a standard hotel, what if you have like a family of 4? What do? You like send your little son to the other room or something? Like, that's weird, man. Check takes. Okay, little Johnny, you have to go in the other room. First, nice stream. Second, been thinking about switching to lichess. Lichness. Would it be worth it? It's worth every penny, bro. I wouldn't play anywhere else. Even though they're like mean and grumpy, even though the developers are like mean, grumpy communists, I still support lichess. Yeah, I mean, just.com, it's like evil. Just.com is for noobs. It's for people who don't know any better, so they just go to that site because it has a nice domain, you know. I mean, could I have taken that pawn? I meant to take the pawn and then I changed my mind, but I think I have a problem. Do I have a problem if queen takes b2? You know, instead of playing queen takes b2, I was afraid of ghosts again. Bishop takes d6. Well, I think you always... Well, dude, just the green color of chess.com makes me want to, like, puke. Of course, it's easier to play better. The layout of chess.com is so ugly, I couldn't possibly play on there. Maybe they've improved it, but I don't want to think about it anymore. All right. But it's more about the commercial nature of it, you know, that I, besides the awful, you know, somebody's uncle designed the website, you know, factor. You know, like Danny Wrench's uncle must have designed the chess.com, like, you know, website. Danny Wrench's, like, Mormon uncle. I mean, it's just awful. I guess they've improved it, but I don't know why anyone would play there in the first place. Rook A, B1. Okay, we sacrifice a pawn. It's an interesting idea. You were looking at queen b2. Yeah. It's hard to judge. I hate calculating when it's like fast. Oh, no, I have a friend who works for that site and he was talking about that. Yeah, I guess they had that in the works for a while. It looks really stupid. Typical, of course. How can we make money off of chess? I'm just here to play chess. I don't want someone to make money off me, you know? I'm not interested in another commercial website. I mean, everyone's trying to scam you all the time, 24 hours a day, on every place you go. Yeah, I don't need like a chess site that's trying to like get me to buy NFTs. Why would I need that, you know? I just want to play chess. I don't need a commercial chess site, just a chess site that's cool and works. Why would you want anything else? Less grumpy developers, maybe. Bishop G5. Materialists unite. Am I really going to do this? Bishop F6. Well, I mean, chess coaches on here, it's not like, you know, I'm a chess coach who works for lichess or chess.com or something. I don't like people that like undercut the market price. But you know, it is what it is. I'm sure there's people that charge too much and people that don't charge enough. I hate the interface. Yeah, it's gross. I never played more than like 6 games on chess.com since it was developed, or 10, I don't know, maybe 10 games. But like most of them were computers. The first thing I noticed, there was extremely, you know, I only played like 10 games on the site in my life, and like half of them were engines. I was like, this is great. I hate your interface anyway. Plus, I've got to play computers. They had a funny statement when the Hans, Chess.com came out with, when Hans and Magnus thing started, or last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever, they did this thing where they said that 0.14 of players on their site, you know, approximately like 0.14 of players on their site cheat. I'm like, dude, there's no way. There's no way that only like 0.14 of the players on the chess site, on any chess site, are cheating. You know, I mean, it has to be like higher. It has to be like at least above 1%. You know, I mean, they're obviously lying with some kind of ridiculous. How would they even know? But it's totally bullshit. I'm sure the percentage is a reasonable amount. I don't know exactly. Obviously, you can only speculate. But for them to promote some kind of dispatch that 0.14 of players on their site are cheating is like crazy. Wow. Dude, what is going on with my opponent? He's starting to piss me off here. I knew I shouldn't have played that bishop f6 move. I had a bad feeling about that. But I think we can probably hang on. Dude, there's all kind of shit all over the place. Who wants to look at that? Their website. Do you think it could be legit? I don't know, man. Yeah, that's true. There's such a huge proportion of like noobs that play on that site. But I guess that's true. What is up with my opponent? I'm like playing God here. It's got a seriously focused arena. No arenas. Master saw that. Of course. So I'm losing the exchange. It's all good. No proper dragon player, you know, has a problem losing an exchange here and there. Maybe bishop c4 would be more menacing. But I mean, Guju played a great game. Very solid, very correct. Yeah, I made a very serious error at some point. Point or points. Ah, finally a blunder. I was talking too much and I got lulled into a sense of complacency. Kind of a really what didn't look like a very sharp position. I had a bad feeling about bishop f6. It was a little awkward. He just sort of melted down in time pressure. Swindle mode engaged. I mean, I think the position was like basically equal, and I just lost my focus completely around here. I didn't want to sacrifice my d6 pawn, but it's totally okay. Honestly, I didn't consider pinning myself with knight f6. I mean, his pawn here is not great. I can probably find a way to just like sacrifice a pawn. Let's see. It looks like bishop f6 itself was okay, but rook to e8 was even better. So check this out. This takes time to find a line like this, though. The computer claims, like, oh, white is better. I'm down a pawn. Knight e5. I had to give up a pawn if I played it that way. I played bishop f6 to not lose a pawn. After bishop g4, I basically freaked out here. But I don't want to play bishop takes c3. I missed knight e5. Yeah. I missed that I could play this, you know, with a fork on g4. I would have been okay after that. It's like Skaveningen sort of position. White's a little better, but it's okay for black. I have to be a little bit more careful. I didn't see the tactic, Mozart, you know, with knight g4. King master. Close enough. He has almost 100 games. We'll accept that. Okay, can we go back to the tournament, please? Before the next round starts? 22 minutes ago. My game started 22 minutes ago. That's crazy. Aldisto is still playing. Yeah, it's too much beer. I started to kind of fade away. These guys always have great games. Staffvargan with white against Aldisto. So it's got to be a Stonewall Dutch. I'm not sure what Aldisto's gonna play with black against the Stonewall Dutch. This tough ending. I mean, white. If white really that f3 pawn is annoying, though. I guess it's probably a draw. Despite the fact that white could potentially have two connected passed pawns on the queen side, his king's too strong, his pawn's too strong. Maybe even like bishop e4. Alice would be super happy to get a draw here. Well, at this point, he's like playing for a win. With a pawn on f3 and more time. You improve with lichess. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just about promotional stuff. As far as an actual chess site, lichess is better. I offer a draw. Bishop and pawn versus two bishops. We can sacrifice his knight for the remaining pawn. He doesn't have to, but his knight is a little corralled. It's a draw, kids. Aldisto had a good run, 3 in a row. He is the rating favorite. Whoa, that's a serious problem. Aldisto just hung a piece. Now we could potentially see, oh my god, bishop and knight versus king endgame. It's gonna happen. I don't think we've ever had a bishop and knight. Have we ever had a bishop and knight checkmate? Once I couldn't do it. That was embarrassing. Hadn't practiced and I was struggling to do it. I've done it on the stream for fun, but I don't think I think I only had it in a game, like, it actually occurred in a game once. And I don't think we've ever seen anyone else in a tournament have bishop and knight. Literally come up in one of our events. If Aldisto's not careful, though, he's not even going to get there. Looks like that pawn is almost going through. Okay, he's got a way to do it, but he's cutting it kind of close here. I would, dude, Bill, that's a good idea. Learn the bishop and knight mate. Well, the funny thing is that I always knew the bishop and knight mate. I even did it against like Nikola Mitkov in a tournament, but it's funny, like I thought it was like riding a bicycle, that if you didn't practice it for like 12 years or something, it would be easy to remember. And then when I actually got there, I was like having trouble remembering like one of the patterns from the ending. I always just assumed like I would never forget it, and you kind of need to like review it once in a while to make sure you don't forget. Yeah, if you want to get to 2400, learn the bishop and knight mate. I get it. I mean, just move fast. And just don't blunder any pieces. Don't make blunders. The secret to being 2400. We got a ways to go. It's going to take a while. I would study the game seriously. There's more to chess than just online too. You should really like study like actual serious chess books. I think things like online play and puzzles and Black's gonna like self-mate. Oh my god. Wow. Alistair must be drinking beer or something, man. I mean, he hung a piece now. He just didn't want to get tortured. That's uncharacteristic. I'm kind of disappointed that someone didn't have to execute bishop and knight mate. I can't forgive you for that, Aldisto. I wanted to see Staffargan have to do the mate. That sucks. I am very, very disappointed by that. NM Camel Culture held to a draw? What? Oh my god, not Uber driver. Dude, I can't see the game. NM National Master Camel Culture held to a draw by Uber driver, of course. They call me Draw Pro. Uber driver was -6. High quality game, guys. You guys even got like viewers and in your chat in the spectator room. Like fellow national masters are coming to watch Camel Culture. Butchered this +6 position. He couldn't win. High quality. I expect a solid draw from Uber Driver, not like -6 and draw. Unbelievable. Alright, 2 rounds to go. Staffargan is behind me by 1.5. He can still technically win the tournament. Bisonov in 3rd place because of Aldisto's misstep, and Gu forfeited against me in round 4 and didn't come back. Play chess badly with 2.5. Play chess badly? You're not playing chess badly. What's up here? You're supposed to be play chess badly, but you have 50%. Goiju narrowly lost that. Sigaru's gone. Shockmod has 2. Camel Culture coming back. Maple Tree, Natasha Romanov, Dunakis. So we had a total of 23 players. It's weird, I thought we had 24. Alright. I'm gonna play chess badly. I think soon. Or Bisonov. We'll probably get Asterbate in the last round. I want to play Asterbate today. He promised me he was going to double down on his efforts and try harder. So I want everyone to hold Asterbate to his promise to make more of an effort. Promise you won't play the Caro-Kann. Everybody plays the Caro-Kann. Unbelievable. The Caro is super annoying. And the only good variation is like the advanced variation, and I don't play that. So that's a problem. No. Remind me of my last game in this? What happened? Oh, I dropped my queen. Having memory lapse. I'm having like a total memory lapse. Yeah, I agree, Mozart. The Panov is fine. And that's what I've played mostly. I'm having a total memory lapse. What the hell? I just had this in a tournament game 2 months ago. And I just totally spaced on what happened. I didn't win. Oh, that was the game against... Oh. So I played Alex Kristolovich in the same line, and I was... Oh man, I sacked a piece unsoundly and I should have lost. Oh my god. It's all flooding back now. I had totally blacked it out. Oh, Bisonov. Busting the Caro-Kann theory. But I don't remember what Kostolovich played. I don't think Queen C7 is absolutely necessary, right? Can I play Knight takes C6 there? It's not good. I had a perfectly okay position and I just went crazy and sacked a piece, and I was like, it was a miracle. It was a miracle that he didn't beat me. He was almost worse and it ended in a draw. If he had beaten me, it would have been a GM norm in the long run. He finished half point short. It was the first time I ever played this line. I just made like a one-game preparation for Kristolovich because he wouldn't expect me to play it. Because I've never played the two knights Caro-Kann with white. There was no way in the world he could have expected it. I just have like, I have like 2 hours to prepare a game, and I'm just like, all right, what does my opponent like not expect me to play? That looks okay. That's I do anti-preparation. There's no time for real preparation. No, it was no, I was lost. I sacked a piece unsoundly or something. I went crazy, and I was really lucky that I got a draw. It was insane. I did like a bishop takes h7 sacrifice that didn't work, but he was in time pressure and messed it up. Greedy, greedy. So now, for my next trick, which way do we recapture here? The engine's loving the pawn takes with the great structure. This is like fun though. I like it. It's dynamic. Positionally ugly. Knight takes is safer. Queen takes doesn't have a lot going for it. Yeah, but I mean, Mozart is right. I mean, the main idea is something to do with like a4. But I don't remember exactly the right move order. And like black can also make a slightly different move order. Confuse the issue. Bishop e7, that's a good idea. Where'd you ever come up with that? Now what am I gonna do? Yeah, I know you've got a good bishop on b7. I admire it. But there's more important things than just good bishops, right? I have one too. Castles, where are you gonna castle? But I mean, this is the idea behind taking the bad way, you know, destroying my pawn structure. I have some dynamism here. There was a line in my game with Kristolovich that I had prepared before the game where I end up getting like a bind on the c5 square. The main point of the whole like game, I had prepared this thing where he would win a pawn, but I would get like a total control of c5. I had analyzed it out to like an endgame or something, and it never happened because we like varied before that happened. Just imagine a position where black is like up a pawn, but white has total control of c5, and his bishop's blocked in on b7. Here he can play c5. So I don't think I would spend too much time. Though theoretically he doesn't have to play c5 right away. He could wait. I guess he can wait and do something else first. I don't know what to suggest. I mean, f6. f6 is a natural move. This is a natural move. I'm obviously gonna trade queens here. When he takes on e5. Yeah, I like this variation. What I don't like is like bishop g4. I mean, that's what I play with black. I mean, I've played this too for black a little. The bishop g4 lines are really solid and dry. I always like reference like Fischer Curies, where Bobby lost like twice with white. He never could figure out the Caro-Kann, or at least find the line that worked well for him. Queen c6. Black should castle kingside. I'm not kidding. I mean, I think you have to. The question is like the timing of it. Do I really have like mating threats with knight g4? Not so easy. There's no totally safe place for black's king in this position. Queenside is unsafe. The kingside's kind of dodgy. The center isn't really safe. At least my king is safe. You know, f6 here? Can you play f6? That's a really crazy idea. f6 d4. Pawn takes e5. Pawn takes c5. Rolling up my sleeves is a really bad tell. He's got queen b7 now. I mean, I'm trying to keep my bishop bad again. Trying to keep... What am I trying to keep? I have hate mail. Uber driver. Uh-oh. Thanks, Uber driver. Always appreciate the hate mail. Yeah, rook takes c5. Okay, so I have to take this. There goes my bishop. Maybe I'm trying to say, like, I'm trying to keep my bishop open. Delicious. Wow. Vaisnav might be a genius. I have rook takes c5 though. No. Now it's gonna get... Now things are gonna get kind of interesting. You're not gonna castle. What about like queen g3? You have f6. I was also thinking about d3. Lazy move. Queen g5, f6, queen h5 check. Queen f7. Gita B said, Mr. Coffee, thanks for the gift sub. Mr. Coffee's the best. Wait, queen g3? What's the problem? I mean, I could have played queen g5. I don't know. What's wrong with me? Why queen g3? Like, queen g5 is even better. What's wrong with me? Queen g5, like, prevents f6. I could just take it. This is a stupid move. And what I was thinking there. You're welcome. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn. I want a pawn to suit. Speaking of pawn takes pawn. Don't lose your focus now, bro. If you see g5 would have prevented, queen g5 would have prevented g5. Next thing you know, he'll be playing g5. h6 and g5. This is not cool. Preemptive strike. h4. Going after my A pawn. Of course. There's tactical justification for this. Check, check. No more queen f7. I'm not threatening anything. You can just take the a2 pawn. How are we doing on time? Is this the 7th round? This is round 6. Round 6 will start soon. Thanks, Gita B, for being a subscriber. Have it your way. Alright, he saw that. The point was to play f3 at some point, right? Now what's happening? f3, check. Everything's good. We're good. Weakening your position fatally. You'd love to play g5. So what do I do? Losing my focus here a little bit. It's hard to make progress. This position is kind of pissing me off. He's got g5, g4. I just gave it to him. Although maybe there's other problems. Take, queen f6. Check. Oh man. Yeah, I don't really want to put my king on the H file. Is that a good move? This has gotten really annoying. It's like fully annoying now. Can I play like rook c7? Do you mind? He doesn't mind. The moral of the story. Wow, rook takes. That's not nice. There goes the light squares. Bishop takes f3. Rook takes f3. Alright. Oh my god. Rook takes e5. King Kong. He's gonna have to take desperate measures. Let's see how this game was. What the computer thinks, like black was okay. Where we left book. One blunder. 100% accuracy. I love that. It says one inaccuracy, one mistake, 100% accuracy. That's obviously very, very reassuring. Obviously, if you have one inaccuracy, one mistake, it's going to be 100% accuracy. Stapvargan versus Goiju. Oh my god, he doesn't have his traditional bad bishop. Goiju has a bad bishop against Stapvargan. That's not how it's supposed to go. He's supposed to have the bad bishop, not you. Look at White's knight. Oh my god, it can't go anywhere. It can go to b1 and a3. The only way to get it in the game, Black's got to create a force field. Nah, I gave him the key plan. You gotta be careful here. Black's holding. There's no way that White can win. It doesn't look like you can break the force field. No, there are some tricks though. Black's gonna have to be careful. I have a bad feeling. Though that knight could get wrecked. Weird stuff could happen. Like, Black could sacrifice the b pawn and then penetrate with the rook in the position. So, like, Black loses b5, but then his rook enters by the a file, and suddenly White is, like, losing everything. Oh, you can get there. b1, a3, c2. e1, g2, f4. Nice, nice. I hadn't even realized. That's amazing. So c2, e1, g2, f4. You can get in there. That's funny. This is kind of tricky. Because now he's worried about the black rook penetrating with rook f6, rook f3. That could actually be dangerous. I have no idea what's going on after like rook f6. Yeah, good eye from Mozart. Knight f4 is solid. If you get knight f4 in, you're definitely not losing. Now, his knight is like tied down to guard the entry point. And every game, Stapfargan has some kind of craziness. What happened to his bad bishop though? It's like never happened before. How can you play a Stonewall with no bad dark square bishop? His opponent must have played like a symmetrical Stonewall. How about just knight versus bishop? That would be funny. That's a draw. The white king is just blocked in. Play rook f6 there. There's no way the white's winning that with the rooks traded. It would be easy to hold. Rook and knight. Dorfman says rook and bishop is better. But I don't think he had this position in mind when he was talking about tandems of pieces. This rook and bishop is not necessarily better than this rook and knight. Knight d2 though, you're just defending. You're not making progress. The only way to make progress is knight a3 or knight g2, knight f4. There's no way white's winning this without a knight entering the black position. Oh, he has rook h6? Wow. So this is actually a winning position. They agreed to a threefold repetition in a winning position. I have this. I mean, black needs a way to get his rook down the a file. How quickly can he do that? Can he sacrifice the h pawn and maybe penetrate? So let's say rook h6. The rook has to get over here. So bishop e6, rook takes h5 check. It's possible that black's not lost. Where do you go? King g6. This is going to get in there. You know, this is not a joke. White could even lose. It's not that clear. All right, but thankfully that's not an issue. All right, we win the tournament. Stapfargan's in second, Aldisto in third, Bisonov in fourth, Goju. Chemiculture coming for the spoiler. Chemiculture or Uber driver is likely to play me. World Loser didn't join the spoiler race, but Chemiculture and Uber Driver want to destroy my perfect score. Make their presence felt. Actually, their tiebreaks are too good. Their tiebreaks are too bad to tie for second or third to qualify, but they can ruin my very impressive perfect score. Anyway, a very interesting closed position there in the last game. Stapfargan losing only against me. He had draws against Play Chess Badly. Impressive draw by Play Chess Badly and Goju. Aldisto losing against me and Stapfargan. Bisonov losing against me and Shachmat. 3 points. Goju with 3 points. Chemiculture held to a draw by the solid Uber driver with 100% accuracy. And El Shachmat with 3 as well. Alright guys, last round. Thanks for playing. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Well, we won't really, but theoretically you could come by our morning stream tomorrow. Morning stream. Yes! Acerbate. No, I didn't get him. Alright, Uber driver's up to 2269. He's rocking it. Alright, Uber driver's been a while since he took a full point off me. Usually playing for the draw. No, Mr. Nice Guy. I'll have to play knight f6 here. I can't go with like b6. He might play e4. So the Uber driver does play e4. Looks like he's going with the London. Going with my current online repertoire. When I play casual games, I like to play classical. Uber driver's been studying the accelerated Queen's Indian. I'm not going to repeat that game with Goo. I like g6 against Uber driver. We don't want him to be comfortable in a like solid sort of Queen's Indian. This is more murky, but I don't remember if we played this already. It's basically like, yeah, that seems familiar. I definitely had someone play that against me. So it turns out that d5 is a move here. I mean, this is my first time trying this. There's no way Uber driver knows this line. Wonder, he just insta takes. So at first I didn't realize like d5 is a move there, but I looked it up, and there aren't many games, but it turns out that it's interesting. Uber driver's main goal is to like suck the life out of every position. Yes. I'm looking at f5. You always want to keep, keep your mind open. Don't be closed-minded. Keep interesting ideas in the air. Automatic recapture with bishop takes d5. No, but I did analyze this far previously. But probably if you look in the Opening Explorer, there's only a couple games where this has ever been played. But I double-checked it with the computer. It was okay. I don't know how good it is, but it was playable. It seems counterintuitive for black. No, he didn't grab my cowboy. He calls them cowboys. He didn't take my cowboy. You sure you don't want my cowboy there? You could come to regret that later, Uber driver. Failure to eliminate the cowboy. I wonder, is it possible that's a major error? Not in love with bishop g7 here. I say, screw it. I keep my cowboys. Cowboys, long distance. Oh man, he's not even trying to play the best moves. He's just making quick moves. Satisfied. I get it. He's satisfied. I see. I understand now what he's up to. I see the light. I know what you're about. Maybe bishop g7 is overrated. Maybe I shouldn't do that at all. I need to develop my pieces. What about knight c6, knight e7, knight d7? I am going to have to put my bishop somewhere. So, I don't know. I get it. Bishop e2. Okay, bishop b4 sucks. I need to play c5 at some point. So say I play knight d7, white castles. Now what do I do? That's the million-dollar question. F5 at some point. But I do need to develop my pieces. This is tricky. Bishop e2, I underestimated this. It looks just like an automatic passive move at first. But maybe it's better than I thought. Maybe I should just play c5 directly. Then what am I going to do though? c5 castles. He doesn't even have to play bishop check. He doesn't think. Therefore he is. Oh my god. That's so sick, bro. What a perverted move. Taking on c5. I can't believe it. That's your favorite move, right? His favorite theme in chess is like d takes c5. I totally forgot. My bad for forgetting. Wow. I might as well just trade queens, I guess. Oh, he like pre-moved. Somebody plays too much bullet chess. It would appear. Okay. Oh my god, double attack? You have that? Knight d5? Winning a pawn? Phew, that's rough. I'm just gonna have to, like, do this. This sucks. Wow. Very disappointing. It's very, very disappointing. He's so happy. Happily ever after. Man, I gotta get my pieces out. Use 1 minute for the whole game. Don't try to use your time to play the best possible move, Super Driver. Make sure that you like play super quickly so you don't find any especially good moves. Especially now that you have like a 3-minute time edge. You wouldn't want to like take your time to try to find a good move or anything. Just automatically play the first move that you see. That's the best strategy. Yeah, this variation sucks. Grovel variation. You took his time. He thought for a record 40 seconds on that move. Unbelievable. Stopping knight b4. It's incredible. But how big a threat is b4 actually? Probably I should just like allow it. Rook d8. Some things are more important than preventing b4, like the open file. Oh. The excitement is mounting. Can I beat him? I think even Magnus couldn't beat him here. I challenge Magnus Carlsen to beat Uber Driver in this position. I don't think he could do it. But I guess he wouldn't do it by trading rooks, huh? If Magnus has to win, I mean, we would do it by keeping the rooks on. But it's risky. We have to try like a5, weakening our queen side. There is a problem there with bishop e5. I really don't like bishop e5. I don't want to lose. I could potentially lose. After a5, bishop e5, then I'm like tied down with, I don't know, rook c8 or knight b8. Neither of these moves I really like. The excitement of the last round game. Mule Skinner analysis game, nice. Alright. Guys, don't forget, Thursday night, subscriber stream, game analysis. Mule Skinner first on the list. Great. Great, thank you for the submission, sire. I think now we can play a5 at some point. Uber Driver's taking a lot of risks in this game. Me too. No, this was risky. I actually have to be careful, but I guess I'm threatening f4. f4 could be annoying for white. He probably wants to play g3 now. This is like watching the grass grow. Golf, anyone? Wow, that's aggressive. Getting kind of aggressive, aren't you? Bishop b5. Allowing f4. Now things are going to get dynamic. Watch out. Now you did it, Uber Driver. And it dynamized the pawn structure. Dynamite! Now he's in big trouble. Creating weaknesses in the white camp. Can Uber Driver go wrong? Will Uber Driver go wrong? Will he go wrong here? Can he go wrong? What's going to happen next? Tune in. getting nervous. Knight G5. I see. F6. He takes H7. He would never. Would he do that? Would he take on H7? Bobby Fischer style? Looking rather symmetrical. Grubhub. Hoppa. Watch out for flying knights. Can I fork? Can I get a fork? Can I get a knight fork, please? The knight on A7, I promised never to do that again. Promised myself I would never do that again. I had the feeling this is the last game of the tournament. Ruining my perfect score. I knew Camel Culture or Uber Driver would come to the rescue. Destroy my perfect score. This is really getting tough. Look at the time. Uber Driver, no bullet games. 27,000 bits games. He must just play like billions of 3-0 games. He plays like it's bullet, but I guess it's like fast blitz he's playing. 3-0, 2+1. 2+1 is bullet. Whatever, like 2+2. I don't know, what is the minimum blitz game? It's like very fast blitz. Both players have chances. A bishop and knight mate. I could also click the resign button by accident. He has that. Playing for the win. Alright, guys. He's playing for the win. Bishop d3 wins a pawn. McGrubhub. McGrub the crime dog. Is there a mate in one? No mate in one. McGruff the crime dog. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when it's a draw. It's Roman's favorite. I was hoping you would blunder a piece with... Yeah, that was... Very accurate game. But it feels like I misplayed the opening. What? What? What do you mean there's no games? Oh, I guess there's no games? I just analyzed it with the engine. I misremembered and thought like there had actually been practice in this position already. Okay, so d5 is a new move. Well, I mean, you go to lichess database. There's 51 games there. I normally don't give that much reverence. Wow, apparently he has like +2 advantage at one point. Wow, yeah. I underestimated. Yeah, c5 was too much. Look at that flat computer-like play by Uber driver. Alright guys, thanks for playing. We still have Sapvargan. Wow, that is amazing. He's still playing, he's going for second place. He's got the tie breaks. But he doesn't have the position. Shockmind is better. He's up a pawn. This reminds me of the last game. Wow. Sapvargan, the master of blocked positions. Shockmind is better. Although, you know, objectively, this looks really pretty impossible to win. It's just like you're paralyzed. I don't think that white can win this. Well, maybe there is a problem. Oh. No, he had a way. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. There's some problems here. It's not so simple. If white king can't get out, you can't win. And if you can't win, you can't win. Like my game with Uber Driver. This is a draw. There's no way to win. You can theoretically try. Yeah, that's actually not the best try. Black has to be careful. I think that's a good square for his king, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about going back to g7. Is it the best square necessarily for the black king? Wait's not making progress. Oh man, so now there's an interesting possibility. Take, there, 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 there. Interesting. So there's a possibility of rook c5, but black gets over to the pawn first. If he tries that, rook takes, pawn takes, king f6, king f1, king e6, king e2, king d7, king d2, king c6, king c3, king takes c5, d4 check. Here we're not making any progress. The only try is getting the king out. So you might as well play rook c5. Oh, this is a good move. Wow, wait a minute. Maybe he has something here. Rook c2 and improve the king. It's still probably not enough, but it's a nice practical try. Bail Shachmat. Only move 68. I wonder how many total moves Stapvargan has played in this tournament. Like 600? The player with the most total moves wins. That's a nice try. He improves his king. Chances to win. Now, this is a different situation. Its king is too close. You can't trade rooks here. But that move is okay. He's doing a great job. White's starting to penetrate here. King b4. Now he's getting in. So now what? King c5. He also has check there. And now counterplay. Oh man. Tremendous endgame by Shachmat. Although that move I'm not sure about. He had rook e8, threatening rook f8 check. He could have defended the f-pawn with an easy win. Now things are much more complicated. There's still the g-pawn on the board. Phew, anything could happen here. Whose pawns are faster? Which way to go with the king? Wow. Anything can happen now. Man, rook f3 looks very dangerous there. Oh no. I don't like that king, it's passive on g7. Staffargan's misplaying this. He should have played rook f3. He should keep his king active. It's only move 88. I don't like this passive king. Why do you want your king on g7 instead of g5? To stop rook f8? I don't know, man. I don't think you gotta do that. You gotta put the king on g5 here. King g7 is dubious. It's very passively placed. Wait, that's like rook f4. What just happened? Check. King e7. Check. King somewhere. Or g3 is also possible. There's a weird move, rook f3. Wait, that's king e7. If your king is on g5 here, you're possibly in better shape. He's gonna lose valuable time now. D5, king g5, no. I don't understand why you want to put the king on g7. I just don't understand that. To stop rook f8? I don't know. I mean, your king should be better off on g5. Black is threatening g2 here, winning. Now you gotta calculate. It looks like rook f3 is a draw. I hope these guys aren't listening to the commentary. Staffargan just blundered. Loses. He had rook f3 drawing. That's really tragic. Yeah, now it's definitely oof. Oof bot. He loves G7. I don't know why he likes G7 so much. Jess Zebra, we're just about leaving. Thanks for joining us. Better late than never. Ambulance? Ambulance thing? You got an ambulance. Ambulatory. It's ambulatory. 105 moves. Nah, tragic. Staffvargan's chances go down the drain. And sloppy rook ending by both sides. No, Staffvargan still gets... Oh, okay, so Schachmatt had to hold it. No, Schachmatt won. Oh, so Schachmatt couldn't get third. Wow. Staffvargan still gets third, even with a loss. Unbelievable. Okay, I win first. Uber Driver destroyed my perfect score. Aldous still clear second. No draws. Staffvargan, sloppy endgame, still gets third place. After the 105 move game, he has the most moves played in the tournament. Schachmatt is fourth. Nice job. Bisonov, Goiju, Play Chess Badly, Uber Driver, and Camel Culture. Camel Culture made it to the top page. Good job, dude. Asterbait got me a bye. Thanks everybody for playing. Thanks, Mr. Coffee, as always. I'm gonna do a raid for the GM Tranquilizer, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Thanks everybody for playing. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations, me.